Welcome back as our news continues tonight on WKYT. Horses are unique and they have become some of the fastest animals on earth. Our Jason Lindsay tells us how their ability to escape predators may have made them the perfect breed for horse racing.
Horses like these here at Old Friends in Georgetown are unique creatures. Will you two hold on? I will give you a carrot. They're very unique and love to race. Not only do they love to race, but they're engineered to win the race.
The horses evolved over hundreds of thousands of years, and they're prey animals, and they're always afraid of predators. So the faster ones are a lot safer than the ones that are a little slower.
Michael Blowen is the president and founder of Old Friends in Georgetown, Kentucky.
We always thought that the Derby's a fabulous thing, and it is the greatest, couple of minutes in sports, but their lives go on for a lot longer than that. So we take up when their racing and breeding careers are over. They come to Old Friends. This one's the boss. Little Mike.
Along with speed, horses have developed fairly good vision and have sensitive hearing. All of this allows them to run fast and escape danger.
And that's still bred into these horses. And as they breed these magnificent animals to race and to run, they also breed intelligence into them.
Engineering some of the fastest horses right here in the horse capital of the world.
Everybody's got a different way of looking at it, but in the final results, the people that have these horses that are all going to run in the Derby, that's the objective. No matter how you get there, if you're in the starting gate on the first Saturday in May, you've achieved something very special.
And you'll see it for yourself on Saturday at the Kentucky Derby. In Georgetown, I'm meteorologist Jason Lindsay, WKYT.
And thoroughbreds are considered the fastest horses in the world, while Arabian horses are known to be intelligent and excel in endurance riding. Still